Introduction: Derivatives and cross-border securities play a vital role in global market integration. They help manage risks, improve price discovery, and enable arbitrage. At the same time, international issuance attracts investors, enhances liquidity, and strengthens institutional quality. This report explores how these instruments promote financial connectivity and market influence.
Next, I will introduce diverse mechanisms by which derivative promotes market integration. Firstly, derivative has a function of risk sharing. Through derivative transaction makes participants can transfer the price risks in the spot market to those who are willing to take on the risks, such as through hedging, speculation, or arbitrage. This not only enhances the overall risk tolerance of market, but also makes resource allocation more efficient. Secondly, the derivative market facilitates price discovery and information integration. Due to past priority and high liquidity of the market, the price of derivative relates to everyone's expression regarding future supply and demand as well as these authoritative price signals can integrate information from various markets, promoting communication and interaction among markets. Finally, the arbitrage and the mechanisms is also important for driving market integration. Arbitrage will conduct the transaction by taking advantage and the price difference between different markets or regions, imitating unreasonable price and promoting the covered gains of market price. This is process strengthens the connections between market and facilitates the integration across markets and regions. In conclusion, the derivatives market effectively promotes the interconnection and efficient operation of the financial market through risk transfer, price discovered, and arbitrage mechanisms. Okay, my part has finished. Next member continues.
Now, I'd like to share some empirical evidence that support the role of derivative in promoting market integration. First, one global study looked at data from 95 countries. It found that countries with more developed derivative markets usually experience less volatility between income and consumption. In other words, their economies are more stable. This country also shows stronger connection to global financial chains. This tells us the derivative help transfer financial risk across borders and make it easier for a country to handle economic shocks. Second, another research focused on the U.S. future and bond markets. It showed that future prices often react to new information faster than spot markets, especially during periods of high uncertainty or market stress. In fact, more than 60% of new market information appear first in the future markets. This shows how derivatives can lead price discovery and improve the flow of information between different markets. Finally, both studies show that arbitrage play a key role in reducing market gaps. When prices in two markets are not aligned, traders use arbitrage strategy to correct the differences, usually within 30 to 60 minutes. This process helps make market more connected and reduce fragmentation. In summary, this finding clearly shows the derivatives are not just financial tools for managing risk. They also play a key role in bringing markets closer together. By improving risk sharing, speeding up price discovery, and supporting arbitrage, derivatives help reduce barriers between markets and make global financial system more connected and integrated.
This is a liquidity enhancement. First, expansion of investor base and increased trading activity. As the investor base expands, so does demand for stock or bond, increasing trade volume, reducing bid-ask spreads, and enhancing price discovery. This liquidity improvement can lead to a permanent increase in firm valuation. Second, legal institution quality effects. By listing on markets that offer enhanced investor protection, companies impose higher standards of corporate governance on themselves, which then become legally binding. Third, network externalities and financial centering effects. These markets provide more analysts, higher media coverage, and better liquidity infrastructures, which further reduce transaction costs and improve information dissemination. This enhances the attractiveness of cross-listed securities to international investors. Fourth, lower cost of capital and improved capital allocation. Higher liquidity typically lowers required rates of return due to lower transaction and information costs. This improved access to cheaper capital allows firms to undertake more value-enhancing investments, closing the gap between local and international firms in terms of capital efficiency.
Then comes to the fifth part, empirical result analysis report of securities-related instruments. This section provides empirical evidence on how security-related instruments, particularly cross-border insurance, facilitate market integration by expanding investor bases, improving transparency, and strengthening connectivity among financial centers. The first, expansion of the investor base through cross-border insurance. Cross-border listings attract international investors, enhance liquidity, and reduce trading costs. Mexican firms listed in the U.S. saw a 30% drop in bid-ask spreads and a 50% surge in trading volume. The second, reduction of information asymmetry and legal bounding effects. Cross-border listings reduce information asymmetry. U.S. GAAP adopters achieve 15% higher price informativeness, 1.5 to 2% lower capital costs, and 20% higher Tobin-Skew ratios. And the last one is measuring financial center network externalities. Cross-listing boosts the visibilities and liquidity. NYSE-listed foreign firms average 12 analysis coverages, enjoys 10 to 15% valuation premiums, and cut financing costs by 1.8%.
Let's discuss about tools and nature of global financial instruments in today's financial markets. On the one hand, these tools help connect markets around the world. They do this by sharing risk more efficiently, boosting liquidity and making capital flow to where it's most needed. Taking derivatives, for example, their arbitrage mechanism help keep prices fair across markets. Or consider American depository receipts, which allow foreign companies to enter U.S. markets and improve transparency and regulation. But on the other hand, these same instruments can also bring serious risk if countries don't regulations or if financial tools become too complex. They can open up arbitrage loopholes and mess the market stability. A well-known example is the 2008 financial crisis, where credit default swaps were misused and ended up spreading systemic risk. Similarly, the research showed that during 1997 Asian financial crisis, cross-border securities suddenly lose liquidity, showing how much these tools depends on market confidence and how shaky they can be in a crisis. So, to sum up, global financial instruments are valuable for integration, but they also come with really structural and regulatory challenges. Their success depends not just on how the market works, but also on strong supervision and trust in the system.
Derivatives and international securities enhance market transparency, liquidity, and integration by supporting risk sharing, efficient pricing, and legal bonding. They help create a stronger, more connected global market.